Yo, what's good, y'all? Today we're gonna be talking about the Legacy Collection, and yeah, so I'm not getting this game, and some people have been asking me on stream because I've been very inactive on YouTube, but I have been streaming every day, and people have been asking me, "Are you getting the Legacy Collection?" And to be honest, like I have a few reasons I'm not getting it. One reason is I'm not nostalgic for these games, right? So I'm 29 years old. I grew up the first Mortal. I no one showed me the old Mortal Kombat's when I was growing up either, so I played them as they came out. So the first one I really played was Deadly Alliance, and I played Deception, Shaolin Monks, stuff like that. So those are the Mortal Kombat's I'm really nostalgic for. Not really the 2D ones, 3D one, or not. I mean, not really 2, 3, 4, and 1 and stuff like that. The ones that are in this pack. And on top of that, I'm just hearing a lot of bad things about it because since I'm not nostalgic for the games. And by the way, we're watching gameplay from Face Off Combat. By the way, I don't have gameplay of the game since I don't have it. Since I'm not nostalgic for the games, I need them to win me over, with a good product. I am a Mortal Kombat guy after all. Even though I'm not a triple OG that played back then, I love I've been playing them since I was a kid and loved them. I just started later than others because I'm a bit younger. No one showed me the older games. And yeah, I just for these games in particular that I haven't played, I need them to kind of win me over, right? Like if they came out with a legacy pack that was like a good port of Shaolin Monks, the 3D games, or maybe 20 years from now when the legacy games are MKX and all that, I would be buying it day one, right? Because those are my games. But as far as like these games, I didn't play them, so they're not really my not really my street, my block. And so I need them to kind of win me over with a good product here. And I've been hearing a lot of bad things. I've been hearing no crossplay, no lobbies, not able to invite anyone. I saw Tom Brady say that some of the games have really bad input lag. I've seen people talking about like AI generated stages and like they look bad in a lot of situations, which is kind of weird. Like that, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. What was another thing about it? Yeah, and it's $50. So $50 for these really old games, and they have like the big selling point, right? Is you get to play them online. Because there's other ways to play these games, but how are you gonna play them online? Like Parsec or like bring a friend over or something. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to play these games online these days. At least especially for the regular person who's not gonna like go to any links to play them. That just wants to pop on their PlayStation, pop on their Xbox, and to have no invites is pretty crazy. Like you can't just play with the boys. You can only search. 50-year-old Jimmy, 50-year-old Bobby, who used to be Little Billy and Little Bobby back in the arcade days, they can't load up MK1 or 2 or 3 and play it together online. That's pretty messed up, I would say. So, yeah, it feels like a really bad product, and it feels like, whoever's idea was for this game, they were like, okay, so people are nostalgic for these games. Mortal Kombat's one of the most nostalgic series. Let's just throw in some of our old games, not do anything with them, do a poor job, not really give any features, and boom, people will buy it. And it's true, people are buying it. People are suckers for nostalgia. I'm not better than anyone in that regard. If something comes out and it's something I'm nostalgic about, I'm buying it unless I've been burned a lot of times. Like for example, I don't really like the Naruto Ninja Storm games, even though I'm very nostalgic for Naruto. And I've been burned by those games many times, didn't really like them. So I don't buy those. But like a lot of stuff I'm so nostalgic for, I'll just commit to buying it. Like people commit to buying this Legacy collection just because nostalgia is such a powerful drug, you know what I mean? And a lot of times with gaming, it's similar to the old, Five Guys versus In and Out debate. Anyone with real taste buds who's not like biased because In and Out's like a West Coast thing, they know Five Guys is a better tasting burger, right? But here's the thing, Five Guys is like twice as expensive. The burger and their Cajun fries are better than In and Out's burger and their fries, but it's about twice as expensive. So you got to kind of weigh that when you evaluate. And Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, it's priced at $50. Sure, it's not $70 like most games these days, But I feel like this game would be too expensive even if it were like free. Even if it were free, like it would feel like a waste of time unless you're just so nostalgic for these games that it's fun to peek into the past and you get that out of it. But for someone like me who's not nostalgic or someone else who's trying to get into it, newer MK player, maybe even not even an MK player just trying to get into it, it just seems like a really bad product to me. Let me know what y'all think. And I've already done talking about that. So one thing I want to say is I'm sorry I haven't been uploading at all, y'all. I've been pretty demotivated as far as MK goes. And on stream, if y'all watch me stream, I've been streaming a lot. I've been running through single players. I played Ghost of Yote, Claire Obscure, Silent Hill F, Ninja Gaiden. Now I'm on Dead Space. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. I don't get too many viewers. I do get more viewers than I thought I would. I'm grateful for y'all that stopped by, even though it's not MK. But I'm afraid of cutting off or uploading different stuff on my YouTube. And I don't mind getting back to MK. I'm not like dropping MK or anything like that. But I just don't really know what y'all want to see. We're in a kind of a really down period. I would say the biggest down period I've experienced since I stepped into playing MK and stuff like that. As far as like kind of like the temperature of the online community, how excited people are, stuff like that. Because Final Combat just ended. There's no real tournaments on the horizon that people are excited about. Ed Boon said this last patch probably wasn't the final patch, but we're getting no news about anything. We're pretty certain there will be a new game, but we don't know when. We don't know if it's going to be MK or Injustice. We don't know what's going to happen with NRS possibly getting sold. So, the vibe's kind of been down. So I don't know if people will even watch if I upload MK1, So I've been kind of demotivated. But if y'all would still watch, I would be down to upload MK1. Maybe even hop on like MKX or something like that. Maybe even try out like maybe even hop on MK11. MK11, for those that don't know, for those that haven't heard me say it, MK11 is my least favorite of the 3 newer ones. But I don't hate it or anything, right? Like it's a very close ranking for me. I'd probably go MKX first, MK1 second, MK11 third. I just don't like the slower gameplay, crush and blows, flawless block up 2 gameplay that much. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. But yeah, I'd even be willing to go back to MK11 if people wanted me to. I could do videos talking about topics like the history of the scene, speculating the next game, maybe. Just something like that. I need to start uploading again though, y'all. I've been slacking, my bad for all these breaks and stuff. Obviously my last video, well no, my last video was Final Combat review kinda. Or just like I got home from Final Combat type of deal. But the video before that was about weight loss, and I've still been keeping on track with that. I've been going to the movies like all the time because that wasn't something I could do when I was 600 pounds. Recently saw the Chainsaw Man movie a couple times in theaters. That was awesome. Saw like the Demon Slayer movie, the new like Black Phone. So that was cool. Being able to do normal people stuff that it's kind of sad, but I wasn't able to do for a while. So yeah, I've been staying on track with that. I'll make another update video probably like New Year's. But yeah, let me know what y'all want to see, whether it be MK1, maybe go back to MKX, MK11. I have been there's the player in Super Bowl, he plays MK9. If y'all watch MK9 stuff in like recent memory, y'all know who he is. He's like insane at the game. He's been talking about like teaching me and like whoever wants MK9. So maybe I'll take him up on that, maybe make some content out of it. I don't know. Let me know what y'all want to see. And shouts to Faisal for buying this game and showing it off a little bit. He had some funny matches earlier with Goro. These games look cool. Here's one thing I was thinking is, so I played Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon growing up. I didn't really play MK versus DC. By the time that game came out, I was like super deep into multiplayer, like Halo COD, stuff like that. But well, obviously that game's multiplayer, but like shooters, like party chats and stuff like that, the 360 era. But like I played those first 3Ds like heavily. Well, it's MK4 is technically 3D, right? So those wouldn't be the first 3Ds, but like the PS2 era is when I got on it. With like Deadly Alliance and stuff. And I feel like those games wouldn't be that fun online Now that would be fun to play with your boy, which this doesn't have, by the way. And that's another thing too, is there actually is a Deadly Alliance port, but I heard it's really, really poor. I heard it's really bad. It's like a Game Boy port, and they didn't even do a good job with it and stuff. But even if, say, they did do a good job with the Deadly Alliance port and like Deception and stuff, I I wouldn't even really want to like grind like online on those games. I feel like they wouldn't really be that good for that. I'd want to maybe play with my friends, play like Conquest mode on Deception, play the other little game modes, listen to that You Can't Kill Me, I'm Immortal song from Deadly Alliance, stuff like that. Like that's those games are more like casual party games, I feel like, which there's nothing wrong with that. They were so fun. I actually feel like the newer MKs that have gotten more competitive, they've lost a lot of their charm that those like kind of like party game era games had, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they ask for stuff like that to come back, like Mortal Kombat kart racing and like puzzle combat and chess combat and conquest and all that. Um but yeah, I was kind of rambling there. I don't even know what I was going to say, and I didn't get any caffeine in before starting this video. But hopefully if they do another pack of these games, they do a better job, right? I would love to see something done with Shaolin Monks. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, a lot of games, if you actually go back and play them, especially like PS2, N64 era, those first two eras of like 3D gaming, not even talking Mortal Kombat, just in general, a lot of times you go back and you play a game and it's like, oh man, like this is not as good as I remember it being. It's just like it was so early and, you know, like it was such a new cool thing, but now we've gotten better stuff. Like, here's an example like Mortal Kombat Conquest in Deception, Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode, I mean. I'm kind of scared to go back to that because I remember playing it back then and I was like, wow, open world adventure Mortal Kombat. Like, it was like Skyrim Mortal Kombat to me. But I know if I go back, like, there's nothing really there. Like, it's probably just like a thing here or there, a character you can talk to here or there, some quests and so it's not as grand as I remember it being when I was 9 years old, 8 years old. You know what I mean? Um, but you know what? So the point I'm getting to is one game that really does hold up that I played recently is Shaolin Monks. Shaolin Monks. Now people overly glaze it; they act like it's like 11 out of 10 perfect game, but it's still really good. It still holds up really well. I would love to see them do something with that game, and hopefully do a better job with the product itself than they did with this. Because I feel like I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like the most like glazed and beloved Mortal Kombat's. I'm not talking about like the most famous games or like whatever. I'm talking about like in the Mortal Kombat community, the most beloved are MK9 and Shaolin Monks. So hopefully, whenever they do something with those two games, like remaster, remake wise, they do a good job. You know, because this is a bad job. It's a really bad job. I feel like objectively, if you're getting your fun out of it, nostalgia, if you feel like you're getting your $50 out of it, or $55, whatever it is with tax, then more power to you. As someone who's not nostalgic for them, wasn't worth the buy for me. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all would like to see from me. And yeah, later everyone. Hope everyone has a nice day.